My client's name is Billy, and he's a 26-year-old male with a mild to moderate traumatic brain injury following a motor vehicle accident that occurred 2 years ago. He does not have any comorbid conditions, meaning there is no evidence of psychosis, substance abuse, or neurological conditions as have been tested. At this time, he's unemployed, but he does wish to improve his overall cognitive function so that he can return to work as a computer technician. Through testing, it's been determined that he is at a higher level of cognitive functioning, meaning that he will be appropriate for the treatment approach that we're going to discuss. During his 2 years post-injury, Billy has been receiving individual services at our outpatient rehabilitation center, which ranges for those with mild to severe traumatic brain injury. He's made significant improvements in this therapy, but he does feel at this time he could benefit from a new therapy approach that's really going to focus on social aspects of living with a traumatic brain injury. He's also looking to meet individuals with a traumatic brain injury so that he can learn how to better use his strategies and cope in the community. He has difficulty with social and vocational functioning, and he would now really like to focus on this area. Anger and aggression are seen when Billy is trying to solve problems. He has difficulty when problems become more complex, and that's when we see these emotional components come in. So that's why we want to start making this the focus of therapy. Speech and language, for Billy, he does speak at the sentence level. He sometimes can become off topic by rambling, and so we have to try and refocus him. And with cueing, he is able to return to the topic. And at times he does need increased processing time for information that has multiple steps or is just really complex in nature. In regards to memory, this has been a focus of our therapy sessions. He does have difficulty with his working memory, so as I said, with 5 to 6 steps of information, but he can ask for repetitions, and he knows that he can do that, and he only has mild to moderate difficulty implementing memory strategies, so we've been focusing on him, just using those strategies in everyday life. Also, as far as attention is concerned, we've really focused on his sustained attention to get him to be able to last through our hour-long sessions. Billy can now attend for our 1-hour-long sessions, and we have just been working on now his divided attention so that he can multitask and kind of get through situations that way, because we have to multitask a lot in everyday life. Executive function, so his overall reasoning and problem-solving skills, have not been a major emphasis of our therapy approach, but now that his memory and attention are improving, we want to start really looking at that aspect so that he can return to work, which is ultimately his end goal. So Billy has mentioned that he really wants to start working on these problem-solving skills, and he knows that he cannot work if he has these emotional components, such as the anger and aggression that I mentioned, that go along with him solving problems. So that's why we want to use our conventional group treatment approach. Now, with this approach, we're going to be focusing on awareness of deficits in the areas of attention and social skills. This therapy approach, though, in addition to doing that, has a psychosocial component. So that's where we look at doing functional role plays in terms of solving problems that may arise in real life, but we also are having the clients look at their emotional responses. So our idea for this therapy is to make them aware that emotional components may arise for problem solving, but how to deal with these emotional components. So we don't want someone getting extremely angry, upset when something does not go correctly, but rather have a better coping mechanism for solving the problem and not letting the emotional factors get in the way. So in therapy, we are going to utilize puzzles, reading, writing, and also functional role plays in order to get them, in a variety of modalities to have to solve problems and not let their emotions take over. This treatment is appropriate for Billy because he does want to return to work, and it places a strong emphasis on that psychosocial component, so the emotional aspects of dealing with a problem. We want anger and frustration for Billy to get, under wraps so that he can return to work and he, is able to hold his job for a long period of time. So in addition to the group therapy approach helping him in terms of his problem-solving skills, it's also going to help him to meet others with a traumatic brain injury and, learn their coping mechanisms and how they interact with the community. This group is going to consist of 6 members, and all of them are going to be 1 to 5 years post-injury, and to ensure that they have not made any major adaptations that might make them not great candidates for our therapy approach. We also want them to be in the age range of, 26 to 65. But obviously, like I said, that big component is that we want them to not be too many years post-injury. Prior to treatment, Billy will be administered tests in the areas of attention, memory, and reasoning or problem solving, because we want to look at these tests again after therapy and have him take them again so that we can see if the improvement has been made. We also will make sure that all of the other members take these tests, and they're also all going to have impairments like Billy does in the areas of social communication. And they also have this psychosocial component, the anger and aggression that go toward problem solving. The group is also going to meet 2 times a week, and for each of these sessions within a week, those sessions will be 1 hour, and the group is going to meet for 12 weeks. We really want to, make sure our clients are getting to know each other throughout therapy, and that's why we want to make it, the 12 weeks and 2 times a week so that they're really building this rapport with one another. It's also important that the members feel they're beneficial to the group, so we're going to have them work together to kind of make their goals and, work with us as well so that they can feel like they're a crucial part to therapy. And we also will help them, to really make their goals and then implement the strategies that we're focusing on to encourage them to participate more in the group and in society because they feel that, they've met people that are on their same level. Following implementation of our conventional group therapy approach, we do expect that Billy will be better able to identify, discuss, and apply strategies for not only memory and attention, but also for problem solving. It's also very probable that improvement will be seen with his reasoning skills, and there will be decreased inappropriate emotional responses to difficult situations. Finally, we're expecting to see increased awareness of his deficits and how to discuss these deficits with others who may not be familiar with a traumatic brain injury.